Good morning, friends. Hope you are doing well. Today we are going to be planting lots of perennials. We're going to start here with a couple of annuals. This container has a jasmine in it. It has the remains of what should have been a perennial brunnera in it. Probably didn't get enough water because I often forget about this container. There's really no way for me to put it on drip because we don't have drip close to here. I mean, maybe it's across the sidewalk. I'd have to try to trench. Anyway, so what's in here is we're going to replace this brunnera, this little guy, which, yeah, the root ball was super small. So I got actually a bigger plant this time. We're going to pop this guy right in here. This one is a silver heart brunnera. It wants full shade to partial shade. Keep soil consistently moist. That's probably where I failed because, like I said, I get lazy and I forget. This is zones 3 to 8, but because this is in full shade, they tend to be okay here. Let's see. Slowly reaches 6 to 12 inches tall, spreading 12 to 24 inches wide. So beautiful, nice spot of color in here because this amount of sun that you see right here is the full sun that it ever gets. We are on the north side of the house. We are under a porch. And so this is always in the shade, always in the deep shade. This container never, ever, ever gets any sun. Also in here, we have a couple of coleuses that I planted that I grew from seed. They're pretty small though. So I think what I want to do is add one or two of these. This is a giant mosaic coleus. I thought it was really, really pretty. I have two of them, but I think I'm going to just add one. Probably put it right here. And then we'll have the brunnera, and then this will be good to go. And then we'll give it a nice deep drink because it's been a few days since I've watered this container. So we'll get these guys going. Yesterday there was no video, and I apologize for that, but we had a major crisis with a chicken. She had what's called fly strike, which is a really horrific thing to happen to anybody. It's pretty common unfortunately, in livestock. Basically, a fly lays its eggs on the animal. So this happens in chickens and ducks, poultry. Also happens with like horses and cows. Cats and dogs, if they're outside, can get it too. And within 8 to 12 hours, those eggs hatch into maggots that then go down inside the animal and start eating it alive. It is truly horrific and life-threatening, as you can imagine. That looks lovely. So I discovered this yesterday morning. I went out to check on them, make sure their water was full, give them some food, and she was in the nesting box, but she had her butt facing out, and it was just covered in blood. And I panicked. I was like, oh my God, what is wrong? I thought maybe she was egg bound and she'd broken an egg inside because that can happen. But that was not it. I didn't know at the time. So I took her out of the nesting box. And I was like, well, the first thing we'll do is bathe her. We'll get her in an Epsom salt bath and see if we can get everything all cleaned up, see what we're working with. So I set up a hot bath for her. And we got her in there, and I was washing and washing and washing. There was a lot. This is gross, but there's a lot of poop on her feathers. So real quick, if you are squeamish, or if this kind of stuff bothers you, then skip ahead to this time code on the video, and you won't have to listen to this because it gets pretty gruesome. Okay, so as I was cleaning her back end, I kept feeling something weird, and I thought it was feathers that were like caked with chicken poop. But then when I sprayed water on it and looked, it was a big open wound about this big bigger than a $50 in her skin, and it was packed with writhing maggots. I cannot tell you how freaked out I was. I knew immediately what it was because I'd read about it. These are one of those things that can happen if you have livestock. It's really horrific. I knew it was life-threatening. I knew that this was because basically what the fly lays the eggs, and it only takes 8 to 12 hours for them to hatch into maggots, and then they start eating the animal. So, and then the animal either dies of blood loss or goes into shock or dies from sepsis. It's horrible. So generally the treatment is to get to the veterinarian because what you have to do is debride, remove every single maggot from that open wound. And we don't have any vets around here that do poultry. We are still urban enough that there's no, like, there was plenty of vets for cats and dogs, but we don't have any any vets that do chickens. And I know this because I've called multiple times for other problems I've had with my chickens. Other things I've been able to solve. This, I read up on it, what you're supposed to do, and it's like every hour or so you give them a 20-minute bath in warm water with a lot of Epsom salt and some betadine solution, and you hold that injury, in this case it was around her vent, so it was her butt, hold that under the water for 20 minutes and it will start to drown some of the maggots and they come out, which is true, that was working. And then you spend more time after you pull them out with tweezers trying to pull out individual maggots. To say that it's gruesome and nauseating and repulsive is an understatement. Like I probably am going to have nightmares forever based on what I saw yesterday. And not to mention the fact that it's extremely painful. So I was initially, it was mostly I was anxious doing this work because I knew it was super painful. I got over that at some point because I realized she's going to die if I don't do this. After the third round of bath, and this time Mike was holding her. She wasn't even fighting us. And this is a chicken who never wanted to be touched. She would run away from me. This time she was not even fighting. You could tell she was really, really ill. I was trying to pull out individual maggots with a pair of tweezers, and the wound opened up even more, and I saw it was a deep cavity packed with maggots. So it wasn't just on the surface. And at that point I knew, I was like, there's no way, there's literally no way I can do this. Not just because it was grossing me out, but like there was no way. I probably 500-600 maggots. And I removed a lot of them, but they were just everywhere. And the hole was very deep into her body. So I knew, I was like, this is, we need to euthanize her because the other option is to just wait till she dies, which means her suffering a horrible, horrible death. Sepsis, shock. And that's the thing, because all the information on how to deal with this said, even once, whether it's at the vet or if you do it at home, even once you get all the maggots out, they still will probably die because of the trauma to the body. So I knew it was a long shot. And once I saw that, I was like, that's it. I can't do this. I spent the entire day doing this. It was about 6 hours of this process. So my anxiety and my nervous system was a wreck. So when we finally decided to euthanize her, that was quick and fast. And I just felt so much relief because I thought, now she's not suffering. What a horrible, horrible death. Her death from us was very quick and fast, but to let an animal die like that by inches, awful. Because it could take 24 to 48 hours for the animal to die. Can you imagine as a human, knowing that things were eating you alive from the inside out? Yeah, it was horrific. So I was sad that she had to experience that, but much relieved when that whole thing ended. So based on that experience, I know that I'll always continue to treat them for, if I find that, if I see that they're not feeling well and maybe they're egg bound or whatever, because I've been successful in doing that in the past. But when it comes to something like fly strike, I don't think, it depends. Like if it was something I caught immediately and it was like a very tiny wound and I could easily clean it out, sure. But if it's evident right away that it's a wound like that, there's no point, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. So anyway, that was yesterday. That is why we did not have a video. So I appreciate your patience. So now we can get back to doing some planting. All that said, let's get back to planting. That container looks so much better. I'm going to water it when we're done here. But next we are going to work on these 2 urns right here. They have, well, let me show you. So we've got this gorgeous lemon cypress that I planted at Christmas. And we'll leave it in here for a little while, but eventually it'll go into the landscape. These actually get quite huge. They can get like 10 feet tall. So obviously it's not going to do that in this container, but they're very happy. We have a matching one right next to the camera. I did plant this coleus from seed, but it's not doing great. And on the other side, it died, and the same thing with that side. So I just got some more coleus, just bigger plants. They'll succeed faster. So we're going to pop this guy out, put these in here. And in the front, we have a rose-colored begonia, which can handle sun or shade. So that one will stay there. But I just wanted to add a coleus that wasn't struggling. I'm still thrilled that we did this from seed, and I really enjoyed that. And I don't know, I might do it again. But for now, I want something that's a little more ahead than that one. Okay, so we'll pop these in. I'm putting them in kind of on an angle because I do want them to face out of the container. Oh, it's nice and wet because we got that ½ inch of rain the other night. Yeah, see this side, the little one is like, it's that big. It just didn't make it, which is okay. And considering I spent whatever it was, $3 on a pack of seed and ended up getting like 50 plants out of it. If some of them don't succeed, I am totally okay with that. Okay. Oh, this lemon cypress smells so amazing. I wish I could share this scent with you. Okay. There we go. Now we're just going to repeat that on the other side. The begonia hasn't grown as much on this side because it doesn't get as much sun as that other container. There we go. Yeah, I just wanted it to look more full and healthy. Now, these are annuals, but sometimes they overwinter for me. But they won't be overwintering in these pots because these are urns by our front door, which I always decorate for the holidays. So there we go. Next up, in the same area, this is our front walk that we redid last year. We pulled out everything that was in it, which was azaleas and camellias, to meet our fire safe regulations. And then we planted approved plants. This is a mostly shaded bed. It gets a tiny bit of sun in the afternoon, but not very much, maybe an hour. So I planted lamium in here, and in some places it took, in other places it just struggled. So right here, wherever it was been struggling, I've got a couple plants. We're going to pop in new ones, bigger ones. This one is pink pewter lamium. This is a great plant that likes to spread, is not a thug, but is just so pretty, and it's nice and bright for the shade. So pop this one out. It does have an emitter for water that goes to it. Wow. I mean, there's a good root system. I'm not sure why it did not do well, unless it was getting too much water. I brought out scissors just in case I needed to open this hole more, but holy cow. very fibrous. I don't think this is the lamium roots. I think this is from the azaleas that used to be here. Their root system was really hard to remove. There we go. Because now I'm finally getting into some of the native soil down there. This is where an auger would be nice. We do not have an auger. We do have a couple auger bits, but they don't work that great on our drill. And we don't have the special kind of drill with that extra arm on the side for stability. And so it becomes challenging, even in small holes. There we go. That looks way better. Okay, little lamium. You should be happier now. All right, so we just have 3 more of those to go down this row. And then we're gonna head into the back and add a few more things to the cottage garden and also do some more cleanup. We are going to plant up some yarrow. This is terracotta yarrow. Now I did put some baptisia in here and it just is not, I mean, it's basically dead. So I think the plugs were pretty small when they went in. They're just not surviving. So we're gonna pull them out and we're gonna put in these terracotta yarrow. They will do great here. This is horrible, terrible soil, and yarrow is native to California. It does not care about terrible, horrible soil. So we're gonna pop these in here. They will look lovely, and they're perennial. I did succeed with the baptisia out at the farm, so I'm very happy about that. And the bees are just loving the California poppies. I've been watering this bed, which I normally don't do, and because of that, they're blooming longer than they normally would, which is so nice. Ooh, big chunk of wood. And we are on a slope here. Actually, I think I'm gonna try to get this a little bit deeper, even though that means one side will be below grade. There we go. Yeah, I love yarrow. Can never have enough of it. It is a great cut flower and a great dried flower. So I have lots of it in the garden that I've started from seed, and I occasionally will pick some up too to have different colors. So we've got this terracotta variety, which actually I have on that side of this bed over by the garbage cans. And so this will be a nice addition because it'll be an echo from the other side. Okay, now it is on irrigation, but it's going to need some watering in just to get it established. All right, so some stats on these. Zones 3 to 9, full sun, 3 feet tall by 5 feet wide. So this will literally just become a big giant patch. They'll kind of grow into the poppies a little bit, but that's all right. It'll look really nice. They'll spread out here, fill it out. And like I said, they are a long-lived perennial for us here. It is the next day. So I did not intend for this to be a 2-day video, but yesterday after we planted up front, I had some lunch and then I came back here and I finished all the weeding and cleaning out of the cottage garden. That took like 3 hours. And by that time, and I didn't film it because I thought nobody wants to watch that. Watching weeding, that's like watching paint dry. So I didn't film that. And then it was time for like getting ready for dinner and stuff. So we are picking it up today. I just got back from the nursery, bought a few more plants. The nice thing about cleaning out the entire cottage garden yesterday was that I exposed all the holes that I have needed to be filled. And so I have a table full of plants here. We are going to be doing some planting, and a lot of these are perennials. Do have some annuals. Before we go over those plants, let me just say that to the viewers, and I met a couple of you today at the nursery, it was so lovely meeting you. Really, really made my heart so happy. I love interacting with you guys. It's super. I love being in the comment section and hearing from you guys and meeting you out in public. It's so great. So thank you so much for introducing yourselves. That was really, really lovely. Made my day. You know, there's a ton of horrible things happening in the world today, and I am constantly reminded that there are beautiful, good people everywhere. So thank you for doing that. Okay, let's go over these plants. Hopefully I won't screw up the stats. Then we'll lay them out and start planting. It is warm today, and I'm hoping that I can rig up some shade for the camera because otherwise this thing's gonna overheat. So let me see what I can do. But first, let's go over these gorgeous plants that we're gonna be putting in the garden. Okay, starting on this end of the table, we have this is a gorgeous midnight penstemon, and you can see what the flowers look like right here. So, so pretty. These guys get about 3 feet tall, so they are perfect for the back of the border, and I already know exactly where they're gonna go. I did something smart yesterday. After I cleaned out the whole cottage garden, I literally took photographs of every hole I have that I know I needed to fill, and I took those pictures with me on my phone to the nursery today so that I only bought what I needed. Because yeah, plants are expensive. But I don't mind spending money on perennials because those are there. They're going to be there. It's the annuals that I struggle with sometimes. But there's a bunch of perennials in this load. So this penstemon is one of those. Next we have Kudos Yellow Agastache. These guys get 16 to 20 inches tall, 22 inches wide. They are pollinator magnets, and they are hardy in zones 5 through 10. So a huge range. Next, we are looking at another Agastache. Isn't it so funny how different the leaves can be? These are 2 Agastaches here. This one is called Blue Fortune, not blooming yet, but very soon. It grows 24 to 36 inches tall by 24 to 30 inches wide. Full sun. All these guys are pretty much full sun. This is hardiness zones 5 through 9. Okay, next we have some lantana. Now this does come back for me, but it is not one of the huge lantanas that we have that, you know, you guys might also see growing around. Like, they're very popular to be planted in medians and stuff because they can get, you know, 8 to 9 feet tall and like 10 feet wide. These are more bedding plant, lantana, and they sometimes are annuals. It just depends on the year, but very pretty. Let's see. Grows 12 to 16 inches wide. I'm sorry, 12 to 16 inches tall, 12 inches wide. So I've got 3 of these. And again, everything you see here already has a location in the garden, which I'm very happy about. Next, we have a verbena. This one is Empress Flare Peach. And the height is 6 to 12 inches, spacing 12 to 18 inches. These are annuals. They will die back, but sometimes they self-sow, so I might find them in the garden, you know, later. Next, we have 2 more Suncredibles. Now these guys, I already have 1 of them in the garden. We are going to put 2 more next to it, so we have a nice grouping of them. They get 24 to 36 inches tall, spacing 18 to 24 inches. I am going to space these guys pretty close so that they can produce a nice show, a big clump. They are annuals except in zones 9A to 11B. So they may come back. I'm in 9B, so they're in the right zone to come back, but we'll see. I'm going to assume they're going to be annuals. Next, we have this large, and it was expensive, but I really love it. This is a Rudbeckia. It is Prairie Sun, zones 5 through 9, 2 to 3 feet tall, 2 to 3 feet wide. And they are a short-lived perennial, so that's the only unfortunate thing about Rudbeckia. But generally here, once I have them, they will propagate themselves, and so that's a nice thing. But where I put them, they tend to move around because they will spread. Back here, we have a purple fountain grass. This one's has a rose reddish flower, and it gets pretty big, 3 to 4 feet tall. Full sun zones 8 through 11. So I don't have a whole lot of grasses in this garden. I'm going to add this guy for a beautiful pop of color. It should come back for me every year. We'll just keep cutting it back. Then we have a hosta. This is going in the shade garden, obviously not in the cottage garden. I have one spot back there that I need to fill the hole. This one is called Great Expectations. 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. Variegated blue-green leaves. Near white flowers in the summer. Already down to 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So all of my hostas die back in the wintertime, and then they come back every year. Finally, we have a Marguerite Daisy here. I just thought this was so cute. Heights 13 to 15 inches, space or spread about 15 inches wide. It's upright and mounding. This is a perennial, guys. A perennial in zones 10 through 11. So I'm in 9B. There is a chance that it will come back for me. But otherwise, it's pretty as an annual for me. Okay, let me go get these guys all laid out in the garden. I pretty much know exactly where I'm going to put them, and then we'll start planting. Just as I thought, the camera overheated. So it's been sitting in the shade for a while. Let's do a walkthrough. Hopefully it won't overheat on this walkthrough because you didn't see all of the planting. You didn't miss much. So let's go and I'll show you where I put things. Okay, starting up here at the top of the bed, we have that midnight blue penstemon, and you can barely see it because it's in the shade and we're in the sun. But those will fill out this area here. Then as we go along, all this is the same. We have one Marguerite daisy right there. We have another one right here in front of the other two credible sunflowers. So now we've got a collection of 3 of them together, and the Marguerite daisy in the front. Let's see what else. Oh, we put the purple fountain grass right back there. You probably can't see it at all because it's dark and it's in the shade. And then through here we put some verbena. The Supertunia Vista bubblegum will continue to spread, but I wanted to have a little extra in there to help it along. And then, let's see, what else do we have out here? Oh, we put some lantana in here. I just wanted a little bit of additional color in here with these yellow finch Supertunias, and we put one more. That's the Prairie Sun Rudbeckia right there. So we have 2. I think that one might be Prairie Sun as well. We put both in here. That rose I pruned all the way back, and now it's blooming again. So pretty. And then over here we put the 3 yellow Agastache. Now there is the only sprinkler for this area is back there, but it's on the pole, so it comes out pretty far. I still am waiting on all of this daffodil foliage to completely die back. Once that does, then we will put some more plants back in here, but they'll probably be annuals. Okay guys, I'm hot and sweaty. I'm done for the day. I still have to clean the house. But we will do a full garden tour soon, maybe in the next week or so. I do need to mow the grass that's in here, but most of it's clover and it's flowering right now, which means the bees and the other pollinators are enjoying it. So I don't want to remove that for them yet. But, you know, I need to do some tidying up, getting rid of pots, all that kind of stuff before we do our garden tour. But we will do that soon. And you can see how much things have really exploded, especially in the vegetable garden. So thanks so much for hanging out with me over these 2 days. I hope you have had a wonderful weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.